Broadcasting live from the Complete College Prospect Studio in Sin City. Heard around the world, discussing everything that is high school sports, music, fashion, food, ratings, and of course, coaching. And the people you came to see, the athletes. This is the Who's Up Next podcast with your hosts, JR and Rob.
What up, what up?
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another week of Who's Up Next show.
Yeah. We got a lot on the docket for today. You know what I'm saying? We got the Who's Up, Fuel Up. We have Hit World, of course. We have an interview with a great young softball player and wrestler. What else we got?
We got a good WTF segment that we're going to talk about.
Oh, absolutely.
We got the Hype Up hit list coming. We're definitely going to do scores of the week. And, if we definitely have time, we got a good Reddit going on for Am I the Asshole? So, can't wait for these things to happen. Good show ahead of us. So let's tune in.
Hey, man, we're going to jump right up into the Who's Up, Fuel Up. Producer put something great together for everybody. So let's get at it.
Man, I'm excited to try this because I'm starving today.
All right, so what do we got?
So in front of you today, we have protein pancakes. So pretty much it's by actually the same influencer that introduced us to the chicken tacos, the one with the balanced diet cookbook. It's Michaela Thomas Fit. She's on TikTok and Instagram. She shares a lot of recipes and a lot of tips of how she's lost weight with high protein, low carb meals or high protein meals or anything like that. So today we have pancakes that have protein powder in them. It's Oreo protein powder, so there is some Oreo pieces in there, and there's also some dark chocolate chips. On top we have some cream, some berries, and then if you guys want, there's agave in the little bottle there. You could spread some on top just to add a bit more sweetener to it, and then also some sausage just for some extra protein.
All right, man. Let's dig in and give it a shot.
Let's go.
Like I was saying, the protein powder, we were talking earlier and I was explaining protein powder sometimes is grainy, and that part I don't like. So if we don't have that situation, that could be great.
I'm not mad at it.
No.
I think protein pancakes itself can be a little dense. But since we did top it with a little bit of cream, got the fresh fruit on here, I think everything kind of marries together very well.
I don't think you need the syrup.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? With the cream on top and then the strawberries and blueberries, I think really allows you to get in there and be all right.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
I actually had this being a lot worse. Okay. I'm still, you know what, man? I'm still good at I'm good at regular.
I'm good at reg. I'm good from a reg to a mid.
Yeah, reg.
Mid-grade.
I'm good with both of those.
But
either one of those would be right.
Yeah. I think what's good about the protein pancakes is that you can make them ahead of time. They're real quick and easy to make. And it could be a grab and go snack. You know what I mean? So
You
The
got
fact
early
that you
morning
can-
practice.
Yeah, early
Yeah.
morning practice. Take the protein pancakes to go. Take some fruit with you. Yeah, and you're definitely good to go. I mean, you can have a good fruit smoothie along with this, and it'll pretty much carry you on until after lunch.
Well, I thought this would be a lot sweeter,
Mhm.
and that I wouldn't like it because of that. But it's not at all. Like
Yeah.
this is actually good. Yeah, this is good. I think I'm definitely probably mid. I'm shocked. This is probably mid for me. Like this is a good setup.
Yeah. Some of you guys out there that want to stay a little bit healthy and you guys want to do that turkey bacon, by all means, go ahead and do that. I'm a sausage kind of guy, but if I do bacon, I gotta have like the real bacon. And that sausage kind of guy kind of thing, I mean, that slipped out kind of weird.
Don't listen to him.
My viewers out there, you know what I'm saying?
No. No. Okay, look. Now, don't get me wrong. I do turkey, like ground turkey and stuff for my burgers and things like that. But when it comes to breakfast, sausage and bacon, it's gonna be pig. It's pig on mine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't care what nobody says.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Turkey,
I don't like
bacon
the
is
vegan
crazy.
bacons. It's too
I'm not
crazy
doing
for
any
me.
of that.
I gotta have that real center cut smoked bacon.
I'm
Man,
telling you, I hate protein pancakes. When I was as an athlete, I hated it. When I retired and went over to bodybuilding, I definitely hated it. I really like this. Like I am shocked how much I like
Hey.
this. What's the cream?
it's just a low fat sweet
That's
cream.
just,
You know what I'm saying? Low
yeah.
fat sweet cream. I mean, hey, you
I-
can get the low fat.
Yeah. But I like it. And like the fruit, sometimes like I'm not a fruit. Like if I go somewhere and have pancakes, I'm never getting fruit on it. I feel like it's sacrilege to throw fruit on my pancakes. I'm a naturalist with that. This is all right. Like it all works. Like it
Hey,
truly
the
does.
big fella is happy, y'all. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, I'm not mad
anytime
at
he's
all.
happy with some kind of food, hey.
Yeah, because
you know,
I'm super picky. Like I'm just not gonna do it. I've been in people's houses, sitting in front of them, and I'll grab my napkin and just go and put that in there because I'm not having it. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't fake it. This is good. Good job. Like
Thank you.
Yeah.
yeah, good job.
I'm
I've actually been
enjoying
doing pretty good this year.
Yeah,
That's
and they're
what's so cool.
small.
Mm-hmm.
I think I like that too. That they're, I mean, I don't know if you guys can see it, but the plate's not that big anyway. And then the pancakes are like they're not silver dollars, but
Yeah. I would say it's about a good 4-inch.
yeah. And so I like it a lot. I really
Yeah.
do.
Yo, I can't wait till we go to commercial so I can just go ahead and pick this out real quick, kind of get cleaned up for the next segment. So
Yeah.
you guys don't see all this food in my face.
Hey, so there you go, mid, and the more I eat it, the more I'm shooting over to jet fuel. But it's definitely mid. I can't see one kid not liking it. If you got young kids, older teenagers, male, female, I really can't see anyone having a problem with this.
I mean,
at
I
all.
don't, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But I do love pancakes with a hell of a ton of butter. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
I'm like Paula Dean on that butter.
Yeah, that's my kryptonite for sure.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But
Yeah,
no butter in this. All
yeah,
right, guys? No
yeah.
butter.
No butter.
All right, man. That's the Who's Up Fuel Up.
Yes, sir.
What we got next?
We're gonna roll into commercial.
Let's
What do you
go.
got first?
Commercial time.
If it's high school sports, we're talking about it. This is the Who's Up Next podcast. Now, back to your hosts, JR and Rob.
Welcome back. Welcome back. We just finished up the Who's Up Fuel Up. Again, great pancakes. something nice for your athlete that they could do. Love it, love it, love it. Next up, we're going to our interview next once she's in studio, right? So you may have seen her in Trapian Magazine. She's a postered athlete over at Complete College Prospects. This her first time on the show. I'm sure it won't be her last. Erin Krebs, one outstanding pitcher, softball pitcher, wrestler, All-American, and just a great person. Has a nice support system at home with her mother and her friends, and just, yeah, man, that just great people over there. So, yeah, man. Again, it's whenever she gets in studio. She's in the comments. That's whenever she gets in studio. But up until then, we, because she ain't in yet, right? All right.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a clip? Let's run that then. Let's run that clip.
Jumps in.
Run that clip. Nice. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you in there.
Good to go.
All right.
It's good to have you on the show.
Thank you for
Hear you
having
doing
me.
big things out there.
Yeah.
Go ahead and introduce yourself to everyone.
Hi guys, I'm Dee Krebs. I play softball and I wrestle over in Bonner Springs, Kansas.
Nice. So how long have you been playing each of your sports? Because do you do anything outside of softball and wrestling?
No, not sports wise. Just those are my two main sports. For softball, I started playing when I was 4, and then I stopped playing. And then when I was 6, I picked it back up again, and I've been playing since I was 6. And then with wrestling, I actually just started my freshman year, and I'm now a junior, so this is my 3rd year wrestling.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, just 3 years of wrestling experience, and you're already on the scene as a force to be reckoned with in your state. Right?
Yeah.
Nice. That's amazing.
How, those are such different animals. How did you come into your freshman year as a softball player and then just decide to go to wrestling?
So actually, all the way up until my freshman year, I played competitive basketball. And
Really?
Yeah, I pretty much my whole life, it was basketball and softball, and I never thought I would play any other sport but those 2 sports. But then when I got to high school, and my old high school was a very big basketball school, they won a lot of championships, and I thought I was going to do it, but then I decided I wanted to try something new, and so I ended up going out for wrestling, and I'm still doing it, and I love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now they have wrestling for women in college too, right?
Yes, they do. But the only thing that's different about college wrestling and high school wrestling is in college, it's a different style. So it's called freestyle in college, and then in high school it's folk style.
So what's the difference in the styles?
So there's actually 3 different types of wrestling. There's freestyle, folk style, and Greco.
Right.
And so folk style, which is what I wrestle, is upper body, legs, pretty much everything. But then folk freestyle, which is what they do in college, that's all about the legs. There's one move where you can it's called a leg lace. I'm not quite sure how to do it, but I know if you roll them, if you have it laced up and you literally just roll on the mat over and over again, you can get points just by doing that.
Okay. So the biggest difference is how they score points in the 3.
Yeah. And then also there's Greco, and that's all about the upper body. So say you accidentally touch their legs, you can get a penalty point. Like the other person will get a point because you touched their legs.
And Greco-Roman is the one that most people are familiar with, correct?
Probably, yeah. I'm not quite sure on like, I know about the other two styles of wrestling, but personally, I've never wrestled them.
Okay.
Yeah,
because we know that.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, sorry. During freestyle wrestling, I'm playing softball at that time. So the only time I wrestle is during the high school season, and then about 2 weeks after high school season ends, we have kids club regionals and kids club state, and I do those two things, and then I'm pretty much done for the rest of the year. And then I do one tournament in the summer, one wrestling tournament in the summer.
So there's a small window where you're doing wrestling, but for the rest of the year it's softball because that's all year, right?
Right. Yeah. And even during like wrestling season, I still have practices. I'm still pitching. I'm still hitting and all those things.
Nice.
Yeah. And yeah.
Hey, Dee, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Let's just talk about some of the adversities that you got to go through every single day. One, as a female athlete, and just two, just playing multiple sports and juggling school. How does that all work for you?
So it definitely can be challenging, especially with the school aspect. Right now, I'm currently in a college anatomy class, and there have been times where I've like had to ask my coach, like, "Hey, is there any way I can leave practice early because I need to study for a test?" Because we have like really big tests and they're worth a lot of our grade. But for the most part, that's the only like struggle with like school and sport balance is really hard, is that class. But I seem to like be able to manage it pretty well. I do a lot of like studying in my free time and working on like my classes. So
I mean, it's a question. Obviously you don't have to answer it if you don't want to. In college, that is always a problem for all athletes, male or female, because when you're there, your coach is definitely going to inform you that you're here on scholarship, so you work that other stuff out. Like I'm not trying to put college on blast, but it's what happens and it's understandable. How reasonable are your coaches when you ask for help?
They're pretty reasonable. I think there's only actually been like one time I had to ask if I could leave a little early, and I only left like 10 minutes early.
Okay.
But like I said, like I do a lot of studying. Like during my lunch break, during lunch, I'm studying like all the time. But my coaches are pretty reasonable. They're really good people.
Good. Okay. What else you got?
So, Dee, I know you were tearing it up on the field, during softball.
Yeah.
What are some of the accomplishments that you've had over the past year that you can kind of share with the audience?
I'd say being a part of the first minority softball prospect game over Thanksgiving break. I just feel like it's a really big deal that I was picked to participate in those games because not a lot of people were chosen, and there were a lot of girls throughout, not even like in Kansas, just like throughout the whole like US that like came to those tryouts and they didn't get picked. And so I feel very like.
So they did hold tryouts for it?
They did. They had I think a lot of them, they like went and watched other girls, but they also did have a few tryouts. And I went down to one down in Alabama. And that's where I got picked. And I also got to meet the the pitching coach for Alabama State University. So that was cool.
Nice.
They had pitching coaches. They had college coaches down there too that we got to meet and talk to.
Okay. So then, and am I right? I know we were told that they didn't charge you guys anything, right? They took care of everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a jersey. I'm actually wearing it right now. This is the jersey.
Nice.
Each team got a jersey. So I got this jersey, and then we also got a shirt and shorts that we wore in practice because we practiced once we got down there for the games. We had to practice day. And so we got to wear those. And then they also gave us brand new cleats, batting gloves,
Wow.
and Adidas backpacks.
Okay. And what's the name of it?
The minority softball prospect.
Okay. All right. Is that new? Was this the first one or?
So they have it for both. They've had it for a few years for the baseball side because they have it for both baseball and softball. They've had it for a few years for the baseball, and they've done a college game. But this year was the first year they've done it for like softball for like the girls that are still in like high school and stuff like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I guess one of the questions I would have, I'm sure it's one that we didn't send. When we first started wanting to, I know with CCP, when they were looking for females in sports, when we were trying to get women to come on the show here, we had a hard time because a lot of women didn't have film that they could they could send the show, or there just wasn't a lot. Like they didn't think people would be interested compared to like the boy sports. I'm a big proponent of saying that things should be a little more equal than they are. How do you feel about all of that?
Yeah, I definitely feel like there are a lot of girls that don't like have a lot of film, like you said. And I understand the reason. Like a lot of people don't, like my mom, I'm lucky to always have her at my wrestling tournaments and my softball games and for her to be there and like record me. And she's just very like wanting to help other people type of person. And so she also like records for my teammates and stuff like that. Cause I know a lot
that's awesome.
Yeah. A lot of them don't have parents or anybody that like shows up for them all the time because they're busy, or a lot of my teammates also do have other siblings. And so they're at their other kids' meets or games. And so I know it's hard for a lot of girls to get all of their stuff recorded all the time.
So would you say, because here's what I know here on the show, what we tend to see is that when it's football, the cameras are in the stadium, basketball kind of the same, but when it comes to the girls, there tends to not be that same thing. Well, you know what? Even baseball, though, I've noticed that about baseball, softball. You guys, there's no cameras in your stadiums to film you guys.
Yeah, no. I've gone to a few basketball games, and like I've gone to the boys one, and then I've gone to the girls one, and there's definitely like way more people there for the boys versus the girls, and same with softball and baseball. Like there's definitely way less that show up for the girls than for boys, and I feel like I feel like people think that they're gonna see a better game out of the boys every time than the girls, and that's why they don't always show up for the girls' sports.
But do you think that if there was more of an opportunity to like film it like they do everything else, then more people would know that it's actually competitive?
Yeah, I feel like they would definitely, because we have some very like our basketball for the girls is very good, and we definitely, I feel like compared to other schools that I've seen when they have the girls play, I feel like we do have a pretty good turnout for the girls when they play at basketball. But still, it's less than the boys, and I feel like if there was more like we could get out there that we have a really good team, that more people would show up.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely unfortunate. That they don't get the recognition and they don't have as many people filming for them as you would see in boys sports. So definitely, if you guys are out there watching, let's advocate for these girls out here. Try to get them, available film that they can use.
Right.
Just someone out there trying to cover these things in their schools.
Yeah.
Well,
it's very important, I think, that they get the equal treatment that everyone else gets.
We're always going to promote CCP here. We know Complete College Prospect is definitely doing that. We're going to do that. We're always going to give ladies the same kind of coverage here that we give the males in all sports. We don't care. I don't want to put you on the spot. It was just something that we've asked other people. I guess we should ask the guys that too, how they feel about it as well.
Yeah. No harm in asking.
Okay. So, yeah. What else you got?
Hey, D, so quick question. I noticed as you're sitting there in your room, you got a ton of medals in the back of you. Go ahead and explain some of those things. And, I know you've been doing softball for quite some times, but not everybody gets those recognitions that you have in the back there. Talk about that for a second.
So the ones that are, I guess it's over here. The ones that are like hanging right there, those ones are all softball. And then I don't know if you can tell, but right next to it, I have a few plaques, and those are for wrestling. And then you can see my Letterman there. And then I have a few, and then I have some, I think I counted like 10 wrestling medals. And they're mostly actually from this year. But all my softball medals, they're mostly from Love. They're called Love medals. And so it's basically just having good sportsmanship and like being nice, not like cheering on your own team, but also like being nice to the other team. Like that's what a lot of those medals are from.
Nice.
And then I
have to ask this. When you told us to look at your Letterman's jacket, so y'all still buy those?
Yeah.
I thought that might have died with us.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I think it's just something that we're not used to seeing here in Las Vegas because it's pretty hot.
Las Vegas,
you know, what
I didn't see it in Colorado. I didn't see it in anywhere else I've been. Like this, I know my son asked. He was like, "Dad, can I get a Letterman's?" And I was like, "Are you sure you want that?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Okay."
Yeah,
I definitely think it's just based on where you're from. Like I know I lived in Ohio for quite some time, and majority of all athletes there, they get their Letterman jackets.
Really?
You can wear it for pretty much almost all year round. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not against them. I love them. We couldn't afford them, so me and my brother never got one. We have our letters, but we never got one. But I always thought they were cool. So So is it a big thing at your school with the Lettermans?
Yeah, I'd say like most of the athletes, they all have one. I mean, definitely like in Kansas, it gets cold, but it also gets really hot. But a lot of us, we wear it, in the winter over our shirts. And so I feel like that's probably why a lot of like Kansas kids have it, at least, is because it can get very cold. And it's cold for a long amount of time, so we can wear it more. And yeah, I actually wear mine when I step on the podium for wrestling.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and a lot of girls at wrestling meets have it too. Have their Letterman there too.
So when does the state tournament begin for wrestling?
I'm pretty sure it's the 22nd.
Of this month?
No,
I mean of February.
Yeah, February.
How you looking? What are we thinking?
So as of right now, we still have league, and then we have regionals, and regionals is on the 10th. So I'm hoping I got a place in the top 4 for regionals to make it to state, and so I'm hoping that I will place in the top 6 at state this year.
Okay.
Because last year,
you gonna let us know if you do that, right?
Yeah.
We always ask everybody, if you get to state, let us know. We want to make sure we shot you out.
Most definitely, yeah. Yeah, I'm really hoping I place in the top 6 this year, at least.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So hit her with the questions. You already know which ones they are.
Oh, yeah. So give us your top songs. You know what I'm saying? What are your top songs that are in your playlist? Or what's in your you know what I'm saying? What's your top songs?
My Love, Mine All Mine by Mitski is one
of
them. I don't know. Let me look really quick, actually.
No, you can't. You can't Google your own playlist.
Oh my God. I don't know.
It sounds like she just has too many songs. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't have a favorite. She basically just listens to something.
Okay. We'll make it a little bit easier. We'll throw you a softball. You know what I'm saying? A slow ball. So this one's right down the middle. Favorite genre of music?
Probably rap.
Okay.
Or
all right.
50s. I like 50s music.
Okay.
I listen to a lot of Frank Sinatra.
I'm actually not mad at that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Favorite outfit?
Oh, that's a tough one too.
Come on, you were supposed to prepare.
I didn't know I was going to be asked these questions.
Well, these are the ones we always ask. We want to know. We want to know about you, not just what you do when you're in your sport, but regular life too.
Yeah, I probably say my favorite outfit is I wear my Letterman with a sweatshirt and then a pair of my ripped jeans. I wear that.
All right, favorite pair of shoes.
My Vans.
Vans.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it a lot. Vans is solid almost all the way around. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm too old. You know what I'm saying? They kind of narrow. My feet a little wide, and
they are narrow.
Plantar fasciitis.
No, they
don't have any good arch support.
Vans are narrow. You definitely got to have a nice narrow foot for that, and you got to have good arches.
You do. Because when you get our age, you know what I'm saying? If you don't have any arch support, man, you're dead in the water.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we definitely enjoy having you. We definitely going to be watching. We definitely want to hear. So we're looking for a top 6 placement at state, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Because last year, my last match that I had, if I would have won that, I would have 2 more, and I would have wrestled for 3rd. So I was close.
Okay.
But
Nice.
But the girl that I actually lost to at state last year, I wrestled her yesterday, and I didn't end up beating her. I still have yet to beat her. I wrestled her multiple times, but yesterday was the best I've ever wrestled her. I took her into triple overtime and lost by 1 point.
Okay. You know what? Improvement. Yeah, there we go.
Improvement.
It ain't about beating her right now. It's about beating her when it counts. You know what I'm saying? When we're trying to get up there and get that state hardware.
Yeah.
All right.
Man, so everyone out there that's watching, take a look down here. That's where you can follow her on X. Check out her journey, see where she's come from, see where she's going.
Yep.
Because not only is she a great athlete, she's a scholar athlete.
Yeah.
And just an overall good person. So, definitely give her a shout. Look up her profile. You know what I'm saying? See what she's all about and share what she's got. You know what I mean? If you're on there, follow her, share everything that she's got. Let's put her on the map even more than she already is. We definitely love supporting you, Erin. Thanks for coming out.
We appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Yes, ma'am. Man.
It's a good young lady right there.
Good
man.
young lady.
Yeah.
I mean, the things that she does on the mat, on the field.
Yeah.
I mean, she's doing big
She's
things.
a strong pitcher, man.
Yeah.
She's a strong pitcher in her film for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I like
No, I'm not mad at it at all. So what we got next? Yo, you already know it. You know it. We know it. We all love it. Hit World.
Let's go.
From the gutter, di nila alam kung ba't ako nasa dilim. Di nila alam kung paano ba papansinin. Mga kaaway ko lagi na lang nakatingin. Di nila alam kung paano ka babarilin. Mga utak na lang ka pwede din sasapakin. Sabihin mo sa akin kung sino sila alin. Alam ko naman kung ano ang hanap mo. Ibibigay sa'yo kahit na magtampo. Sa aking pangako puro ara na to. Ilang beses na rin sa'tin nangyari to. 24/7 ang aking mga mata. Ibigyan mo malalim, ilulunod pa kita. Huwag ka nang mangamba, sa'kin ay alis na. Planado ang mga araw, niligawan kita. Baby girl, alam mo sa'kin na panay sila. Hindi sila makarelate ang babatoy nila. Laging nagtataka kung paano nagawa ang mga panahon nung ako pa'y nakatumba. They can really fuck with us, yeah. They can really be like us, yeah. Daming pumipila us, yeah. Ikaw lang ang umila sa'kin. They don't really fuck with us. They can really be like us. Daming pumipila us. Ikaw lang ang umila sa'kin. I'm from the gutter. Di nila alam kung ba't ako nasa dilim. Di nila alam kung paano ba papansinin. Mga kaaway ko lagi lagi na lang nakatingin. Di nila alam kung paano ka paparilin.
What up? We'll get you that. You know what I'm saying? Swear he's a Filipino rapper. You know what I'm saying? Out there, he's been out there making music. We'll definitely get y'all the name for sure. Great guy. You know what I'm saying? That's everything I've seen on him. So that's why he made the hit world.
Yeah, man, we gotta give it up to him. You know what I'm saying? Filipino guy.
Yeah, hey, I love it, bro. That's my
We got
thing.
everybody
Like
out there with the K-pop, listening to different languages. Hey, so let's just keep it diverse.
Hey, man, I'm not gonna lie, yo. Look, I'm not a boy band dude, but K-pop.
He's in the army.
I'm not gonna lie about it. What you laughing at? Why you laughing at me? Why you laughing at me?
I didn't expect
Yo,
you to be in the army.
I'm 100% in the army.
Man,
Hands down. It's not even a question.
I can't even wait for Halloween this year.
Yo,
guys.
not
We gotta
even a
get this
question.
dude in a K-pop outfit, you know what I mean? He's got to do some dance moves. Let's
No,
go.
I'm telling you, I was upset when they said they was breaking up because they had to go do their service. You know what I'm saying out there. Hey, what you laughing at, bro? You know what I'm saying? That's my
I had no idea he was in the army. You know?
yeah. That's my thing, man. I'm in there.
I ain't even gonna lie, man. I'm a retired veteran myself. Someone told me once they were in the army. I was like, "You're in the army?" And I was like, "What the hell are they talking about?" And they kept talking about this weird stuff. But come to find out, they were in the BTS army. I was
BTS,
like, I
baby.
had no idea.
You know what I'm
You know
saying?
what I'm saying?
All
Army.
day. Hey, there's a young
Swifties.
late. No, I'm not a damn Swift. You know what I'm saying? I'm with the KC. I don't like KC, but I'm with the KC fans on that. I'm not a Swiftie. I'm not having it. I'm out. I don't care about nothing. Put the score down. You know what I'm
Let's just
saying?
give an update real quick. Kansas City 17, Baltimore 7. It is halftime, y'all. Hurting my feelings.
I need Baltimore to win that game. I'm just tired of Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, I'm tired of Kansas City Chiefs. Tired of the fact that they don't play hard during the season. Then all of a sudden they somehow get lucky in the playoffs. I'm a little fed up with that. You know what I'm saying? And then we found a clip from our producer, had a clip where Patrick Mahomes threw the ball when the kicker was trying to get his warm up on. Like,
He threw his stuff.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? That the Mahomes family tends to be a little special for sure.
Well, you know, I ain't repping them. You know what I'm saying? Ugh.
Yeah, so I need the Ravens to do that. I can't. You know what I'm saying? I can't. I'm done with that.
Oh man, no man.
All right, what we got next?
We have our AJM ad.
Let's pay the bills.
Or not? Are you looking to take your business's online presence to the next level? Let me introduce you to AdJoy Media, your key to social media success. Ignite your online presence with their expert social media management services. From strategic content creation to engaging audience interactions, they've got you covered. Transform your brand story into a social media sensation. Choose AdJoy Media and amplify your digital impact.
If it's high school sports, we're talking about it. This is the Who's Up Next podcast. Now, back to your hosts, JR and Rob.
What you mean? You know what? I'm not going to lie. I'm looking for the Lions to win the Super Bowl. I have to, man. Look, I'm looking for that underdog story for the fact that they, like, last time they were close is when Barry was there. And then if we're being real, that was kind of like a robbery situation. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't like the Lions for doing that ever since. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You didn't play my boy Barry. You didn't give him the career he deserves. You know what I'm saying? So I'm okay with y'all being down there at the bottom. So, hey, Armando, I know you're only saying the dang Lions because your Packers are done. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what they're doing right now.
I don't mess with the cheesehead.
Cheese.
Well, look, I was going to say I don't mess with the cheesehead, but if I'm keeping it a buck, really, the team I hate the most, and I'm pretty sure it's universal, they're supposed to be America's team, but nobody in America like them, is the Dallas Cowboys.
Hey, I love the Dallas Cowboys, man. I'm like a biggest fan.
No,
They've
hell
been
no.
disappointing their fans every year for a long time.
Yeah, for a long time. The Cowboys is like 30 years in a hole.
Oh, man. It's been too long.
Yeah. The Cowboys, they doing exactly what they're supposed to do, watching it from home.
Exactly.
That's it.
Exactly.
They watching it from home. That's it. Every year. Till y'all get a new owner every year. Every year. Dak is not a Super Bowl quarterback. Jerry Jones ain't a Super Bowl owner. Not anymore. He was an old Super Bowl owner. He ain't a new age Super Bowl owner. Yeah, because the coach should be fired. Let's be honest. Let's not lie about it. Y'all need a new coach.
They do.
Yeah? What you mean they? You just said you like them.
I do.
Yeah, because they
I
disappoint
don't
their
care
fans.
about-
Oh, because they disappoint their
I
fans.
don't
There
care
you
about
go.
any, like, changes,
Nah.
really, you know what I'm saying? I
See?
can keep everybody the same if they want it.
Because somebody's friends and family has my son's girlfriend's little sister out here running around talking about Cowboys. She, you know what I'm saying? She barely talk, but she's saying Cowboys and then get disappointed. Like she doing the walk of shame after saying Cowboys. So she'll say Cowboys and then walk off crying. You know what I'm saying? How you teach a baby to say Cowboys and then walk away crying?
That's funny.
I'm just saying. That's it. That's it.
Oh, man.
All right, what we got next?
Alrighty, so we're gonna go into our WTF.
WTF. Here we go.
Sheesh.
Oh, wait, before we get into that,
Oh,
yo, my father-in-law, I know you watching, and we know you like the Broncos, and they suck.
Let's ride.
Yo, I couldn't let that go because they actually are worse than the Cowboys.
Let's ride.
They're worse than the Cowboys. Their quarterback is not actually terrible. They made a good quarterback a bad quarterback. How does a team make the best player on the team a bad player?
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? And now they're going to fire him. They're going to bring in Justin Fields. We're going down the same path.
No.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Man.
Y'all better bring Elway back. Oh, man. All right, let's get into this WTF.
Man, so Miami's tight end, Cam McCormick, says he's coming back for his 9th year of college.
I
9
can't.
years in college.
It's not that he's coming back. They're allowing the NCAA, one of the strictest organizations on planet Earth. Like if you had to compare the NCAA to a country, it'd be like they're running things like it's over in North Korea, right? They used to starve. I love y'all, man. Y'all doing everything y'all can now for the kids. But for the longest time, the NCAA was starving their kids. I was there on those scholarships. You didn't have enough food, you know what I'm saying? And things like that. They just released the ability so that your coaches can feed you all year round. I mean, come on, you got to train all year round. You used to only be able to be fed during your sports season. Now you can actually be fed all year round. So they just did that, and then they wouldn't let other players play during certain things. They made it where you couldn't make money, even though they were making money off of you. Then all of a sudden now they've decided to let some guy play for 9 years. And I'm not mad at I almost called him a kid. I'm not mad at the man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at the man that's there, you know what I'm saying, that almost has a NFL career in college. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at him.
For those of you guys who don't know, his 9th season, this guy is 25 years old, probably going to be 26 here real soon. But he was in the same recruiting class coming out of high school as Justin Herbert and a couple other guys, big name guys. You know what I'm saying? So these guys already have NFL careers. We got people that have joined the NFL or made it to the NFL who are actually retired now
already from that class. Yeah, from that class.
So it's kind of crazy. You know what I mean? We got a lot of kids battling right now against the transfer portal. A lot of these high school kids battling those transfer portal guys, right? You got
hold on.
Holdbacks.
To answer your question, he will be playing. They cleared him to play in his 9th year.
Yes, 9th year.
And we were discussing it. A doctor before going into their
school.
Going into residency is 8 years. The 4 regular years of college and then 4 years of medical school. So essentially he could basically be a doctor. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how long he been there doing this thing. And they just cleared him. They just cleared him to play his 9th year in college ball. Like, I want to understand it, but I cannot understand it. I don't get it. Like I don't get it.
Yeah. So if you guys don't really know out there, you have 5 years of eligibility with 4 years of play. All right. So this guy's had a few injuries throughout his career, battled a bunch of things. So some of those years didn't count for his eligibility.
You could turn it into 6 because
Yeah.
you can gray shirt, red shirt. There's things you could do or not register as a full-time student. Well, your first year. So say you come out of high school, you don't register as a full-time student, your clock doesn't start ticking. There's complications to it.
Yeah.
So you could get it out there to about 6 years. You know what I'm saying? You get out there to about 6 years, but 9.
9 is kind of crazy.
9. Because I'm assuming, I wonder if they gave him the 5th year, whatever his 5th year was because of COVID, and then came back again and said, that still doesn't make sense to me.
No, it's pretty crazy. It is pretty crazy that he's in there for his 9th year. I mean, this is a completely grown man, you know what I'm saying? And the fact is, if he's been in 9 years, in order to stay eligible for his scholarships, financial aid, and everything, this gentleman has to be enrolled.
Just a student. He could graduate though.
6 semester hours.
Right. He can graduate. So to answer this question, he can full on have his bachelor's degree and just be working on a second one or whatever. As long as he's in school, I think some people get that misunderstood. You can go to school, you could spend a lifetime in school and end up with 20 different bachelor's degrees, associate's degrees. Yeah. Yes, he could have graduated and still play. It doesn't work like high school.
Yeah. I mean, what do you think? Is there an age limit for playing in the NCAA?
No. As long as you have never, it depends on the sport. They got to approve it, but technically, no. There's been, look at J.R. Reed went back to go play golf.
Yeah.
He went back. J.R. Smith has some. J.R. Smith has some eligibility left after playing in the NBA for an extended career, and just went back maybe 4 years ago to go and he's on scholarship to play golf. I forgot what school he's at, but he's on scholarship playing golf, and he's well into his 30s. So, as far as age limit, it depends on the sport. And again, I get that one.
Yeah.
I've seen schools bring a guy back that maybe went to the military, did some other things, decided they wanted to play. So I've seen older men. I've never seen it with women, but I've seen older men come back in, play in their like about 30 years old or so, and go in on scholarship, things like that, or walk onto a team, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it happens, but that's them starting their career late. He's been there since high school.
Yeah.
That's the part I don't agree with.
Yeah.
That's the part I don't agree with. I get COVID. I got the 5th year thing. I completely understood that. I get when you're injured, I get red shirting, I get gray shirting, I get all of that stuff. All of that I get. 9 years of him playing. 9 years. And for them to claim it as his 9th year means he's been on scholarship all that time. So that means that someone else has missed out of a whole that someone missed out on a whole college career because that scholarship has been held all this time. So it's kind of crazy to me. And again, I'm not mad at the athlete. You can never that's like your wife cheating and you get mad at the dude she cheated with. No, you gotta get mad at your wife. You know what I'm saying? The NCAA made the decision. So the NCAA is the one that I'm not sure is correct in this situation. I'm definitely not mad at the athlete. If he can do it, I guess do it. I guess I would ask, what is the point of it? Because he's far beyond the ability to get drafted. Not if he's definitely, when he leaves, if he's really solid, he's going to be a undrafted free agent. That's how that's going to go down for sure. Man, again, I'm only upset for the fact that someone else didn't get it. Because think about it. If he stayed for 4 years and then another 4 years, that means some athlete did not get an opportunity to go there because the scholarship was taken away. And that's the part that I'm upset about. But if you're allowed to do it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Yeah, I mean, definitely if he's allowed to do it, more power to him. He was able to get there, get to Miami. What did he do? 7 years in Oregon first.
Yeah.
Within those 7 years, I believe he had missed about 3 years due to injuries. So ankle injuries, torn Achilles. I think he even had rhabdo, from overexertion. So he's definitely had, you know, a lot of obstacles that he's had to overcome throughout, you know, this time.
That's
But
why I
it's
said
still
we
pretty
can't.
crazy.
But that's why I say we can't blame him. But injuries happen. There's other people that have had injuries. They just lost a year. It is what it is. They still have to walk that thing down the normal way. But again, never mad at the athlete. Not the athlete's problem. The NCAA is just questionable because we've seen people that had, because Tua's brother was on year 6 and they told him no. I swear they told him no. We can check that, but I swear they told Tua's brother no when he was on his 6th year. So I just want to see what the uniformity of the decision making with the NCAA is when it comes to these athletes, for the very simple fact that then can the next athlete do the same thing? You know what I'm saying? Is that, or was there, if there are special circumstances, then please let everyone know so that everyone knows that it's not just favoritism or friends of the coach or friends of the program or friends of whatever. We have enough of that. And again, not knocking any of that. You know, as an athlete, as a retired athlete, I'm telling you right now, I fully support everything that colleges do to get athletes, to keep athletes, and to support athletes. I don't care. I love boosters. You know what I'm saying? I love friends of the program, and I'm happy that these kids now get NIL deals. I think it keeps kids in school, to be honest with you. If your family is hungry or your family is broke, I think that it allows a kid to, instead of leaving to go get the money, they are making money and they get a chance to stay and leave with a degree.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, I think that's amazing. You know?
Yeah. So for me, I'm most definitely always going to be on the side of the system and how it works. I just want to know, is this possible for everyone? Because we've seen the damage that 5th year, not the damage, but the repercussions of that 5th year. There are still athletes that are, let's be honest, high school athletes that are suffering because of the 5th year. You know what I'm saying? They really are. Transfer portal full, everybody, court decisions have just been made. If you're a 2024 athlete, to be honest, you kind of are screwed over. You know what I'm saying? Because they just passed, and all those 2,000 athletes that were in a transfer portal that were waiting because they got screwed over on a double transfer, they're now eligible to play. You know, so that's all I'm asking. Like, is this so in 10 years, are we going to have this problem because if you did it for one, it sets precedent that it's open. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to know what the rule is on that.
Sure.
Why was it done? Like, explain that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I'm saying. You know, but as far as him, if he don't have degrees, he sucks. Like that. I just want to say that right now. If he doesn't have degrees, if he just been chilling, you're a terrible person. You might be a good athlete, but you're a terrible person. Because someone else could have came there, got an education and everything else. Yeah, like that's insane to me. You know,
something to show for it.
Right. You better like 9 years. You better have a bachelor's. You better not come out of there with an associate's degree.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's all I'm saying. That's
so just to confirm, Tua's brother Taulia, he actually put in for a transfer for a 6th year, submitted his waiver and got denied. So as a redshirt freshman, you can only play 4 games. He actually entered one game where Tua needed relief or something, I believe, and that counted as his 5th game, even though he came in for a couple plays. So that year, he was trying to use as a waiver to say he still had that
eligibility, right?
The 4 games,
right?
When technically he entered a 5th game. Doesn't matter how many plays, he entered the 5th game, and that goes against the rule for the red shirt year. So
do we have a link? There's people that want to read the story. Do we have a link for it?
There isn't a specific link. There's so many articles out there.
What's the name of the? McCormick. Look up 9th year eligibility. NCAA gives away 9th year eligibility to McCormick. Cam McCormick. You should be able to look that up. Yeah. Take a look at it. The more people that do, the more the more people that go out and look at these stories, and the more people that learn things about the NCAA, the more you can help the next student athlete that's out there. If it's the one thing I will say is that I have found that the NCAA does a very good job of putting out information for people to get to they don't hide anything. It's out there. But it's out there for free. What I found is that at the high school level and below, most parents, coaches, counselors tend to be extremely unknowledgeable about the NCAA rules and how things work. And I think that's sad when you're dealing with sports and these things happen. But yeah, go out there, get familiar with the story, get familiar with the NCAA. If you have young athletes, do yourself a favor because it's going to benefit you later on when it comes to getting your kid in school and doing things, and just make sure everything works the way you need to. And remember, in this case, in case your kid gets injured or whatever, and it's similar to this story, now you have a right to say something to the NCAA to try to get an extended career.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. All right, man. What we got next? Let's go hype up hit list. I mean, we haven't seen this thing in a while, but it's going to be regular now. Let's go.
Well, yeah, so pretty much everyone last week was like, "Where's the playlist?" So
Yeah.
we have our new playlist. So I'll leave it up there for a few minutes, a few seconds, so that people can scan it.
All right. Hey, scan the QR code. It'll give you our playlist, our hype up playlist. This thing is, this is for you. This is something you can work out to, do what you want to do, and it's a culmination of all the suggestions we've had, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So a culmination of things you guys sent us. So there you go. You just heard it with Aaron. I don't think we yet have any 50s on there.
I don't have any 50s. maybe February.
Maybe February's list will have some of the 50s on there. But yeah, this is a combination of everything that you guys have sent us, and we hope you enjoy.
Yeah, it's about an hour.
And if you guys didn't have time to scan that code, it will be up on all social media platforms.
Yes.
If you're following us, CCP is going to be there for you guys.
Yeah.
Right?
If you ain't following us, go do that right now. If you ain't subscribed to the show, make sure you do that right now on whatever platform you're on. I know we're Spotify, all that stuff. So wherever you are, subscribe to the show. What we got next?
Our weekly scores.
Let's go weekly scores.
All right, we're going to talk about girls basketball. So as you can see, rounding off the top 10 in Nevada, you got Centennial on top, Bishop Gorman, Bishop Montague, Fernley, Democracy Prep, Pahrump Valley, Lowry, Shadow Ridge, and Douglas. So just to go over some of the scores, go ahead and switch slides for me. Basic defeats Sunrise 52-43. Boulder City, they defeated Meadows in a close game, and that ended up 43-39. Sophia Mulrath from Boulder City, she's a junior. She actually contributed 20 points in the Eagles' win over the Meadows. All right, Cimarron Memorial, they escaped with a 62-55 win in triple overtime. Heaven Hill from Cimarron Memorial, she's a senior. She scored 9 of her team high 17 points after regulation as the Spartans outlasted Western 62-55. All right, Coral Academy, they defeat Cadence by a crazy score, 47-5. Rancho 57-18 against Doral Academy. Taylor Daggins from Rancho, she's a junior. She had 24 points, 4 steals, and led the Rams to that 57-18 victory. All right, Sierra Vista 48-33 against Silverado. For Sierra Vista, the senior, Zoe Caballero, she was a senior who had 8 points and 5 steals in that game. And then Tech 65-13 against Amplis Academy. Morgan Sweet from Tech, she was a senior. She scored 20 points, had 8 rebounds and 3 steals. So great job for that one. And then Valley defeats Cheyenne 54-38.
There we go.
Let's move on over to the top 10 boys. There was some movement in the top 10. Liberty goes ahead and takes the number 1 spot. All right. Canyon Springs. Let's go to some of the games that we had over the weekend. So Canyon Springs, they defeated Durango 52-49. Armando Lewis from Canyon Springs was a senior who also scored 20 points in that win against Durango. Foothill, they defeat Chaparral. The junior scored, Zach Abdallah from Foothill. He scored 13 points to help the Falcons roll 52-23 over Chaparral. Rajon Chambers from Legacy, he led the Longhorns with 25 points in that 69-32 win over El Dorado. And then the last scores, Palo Verde 53, Las Vegas 38. Round Mountain defeats Beatley 54-26. Tonopah wins against Spring Mountain 57-34. So just want to keep you guys updated on all the local games that were going on, including the top 10 in Nevada. More things to come next week for sure.
Hey, and again, we say it every week. In your state, if you want us to talk about your school, follow your school, things like that, just let us know. Hit us up on our social media. Hit us up at in our Gmail. We'll start following your school, your state, and get that information out there as well. It's during football season we tend to go national, but basketball there's just so much. But yeah, if you want us to follow you, let us know. The show will follow your school. You know what I'm saying? That is an absolute. But yeah, we just definitely want to make sure we're showing love to Nevada since they're open arms for us out here. So what we got next?
KKD.
All right, let's go, KKD.
Introducing King Kiro Digital, a marketing company made to bring your creative vision to life. Now, we understand that the business market has grown tremendously throughout the years with more competitors out there than ever. And that's why branding is a very important part to your business. Studies have shown that 68% of businesses say that brand consistency has increased revenue by 10% or more. Make your brand stand out amongst the crowd. King Kiro Digital is here to guide you through the process of creating logos, custom designs, and video. Work with us today. Help is just a hop away. King Kiro Digital.
If it's high school sports, we're talking about it. This is the Who's Up Next podcast. Now, back to your hosts, JR and Rob.
Hey, what up? It's been a great show. It's time for the wheel spin. Every week, we're going to do our wheel spin. We normally pick somebody out of the comments, and then from there, we attach one of the athletes over from social media that's following either CCP or the show or whatever. And then, you win whatever's on there. So how we want to do it this time? Okay. Here we go. I got it. What is the show's preferred drink? First one to answer, you're up. Wow, that got complicated, huh?
Well, I mean,
it ain't that hard. There you go. Armando Ramirez for the win. All right, let's go.
All right, and then do we have a random follower?
Well, random follower do we got?
We have Mason Hamilton. He is, an athlete from Corner Canyon, Utah.
Okay.
Ready, let's see what they get.
Let's see what you win. Oh, CCP lanyard. So, hey, Armando Ramirez and Mason Hamilton out in Corner Canyon, Utah, Corner Canyon High School, plays football, wide receiver, just a dog, class of 2026. You know what I'm saying? You're both going to receive CCP or CCP who's up lanyard. Next? A CCP lanyard. Be looking for that out there in Utah. Armando, same thing. You'll both be receiving that. And then just remember, every time we're gonna change it up next week. It ain't gonna be at the end of the show next week. So we're gonna make sure it's mixed up in there so people don't get used to one thing, not the other, showing up at the last minute, stuff like that. But yeah, and then we're also gonna include new things as we get them in. So it'll be all types of swag and things like that for our viewers and stuff. So hey, congratulations, love it. What we got? That's it. Yeah. Hey man, we always appreciate y'all being here on the show. We definitely I don't know, man. I was telling him that we need to amp this thing up a little more like Ocho Cinco and you know you know what I'm saying, over there, not as grown, but we just gotta we can't, you know what I'm saying, we can't take it as grown, but we want to make sure we bring, you know, an entertaining show to everybody. Because the more people that we get to put eyeballs on us or ears on us allows us to showcase these student athletes, these coaches, these teachers, and things like that. If you were with us and you heard the young lady, Erin, when it comes to the women, there definitely just is not enough acknowledgement out there of them. And I know for the first time, NCAA women's basketball viewership has gone up like 40%. And it seems to be staying there. And that's fantastic. We just want to make sure that these athletes, whether they're male, female, whether they're playing football, basketball, track, wrestling, swimming, volleyball, it doesn't matter. We want to make sure that we're supporting them, because the thing you have to remember is if you see a high school athlete participating in their sport, they're keeping their GPA up. And I know that's something that we all can support, is that the odds are an athlete who doesn't get support is definitely going to let their GPA drop. And when their GPAs drop, they tend to actually drop out of school or never get it back up. And so we want to eliminate that. That's the way to do our part to help every kid, every athlete do what they can do. And by giving some acknowledgement to these teachers who are definitely underpaid, like I'm always going to be on that. If you want our kids to enjoy school, then we need teachers that feel like they're appreciated. Not all of you. Like, I'm not going to act like some of you aren't terrible, because some of you suck. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be honest. Like, I'm not we'd be wrong to say that. Like, what I'm saying? Sure, just like some of the kids. Hey, some of these kids suck too. Like, don't get me wrong. Some of these kids are terrible kids that should be left at home and never get to go to school. You know what I'm saying? The Who's Up Next show, we ain't afraid to say it. That's just the facts. We're not afraid to say it, but we want to support them, and we want you to support them. So the more eyeballs that get on here, more ears that get to listening to us, the more we can do that and show some appreciation, and hopefully give these kids a chance. I know most of you don't know the deck is stacked against these high school athletes nowadays.
Oh, for sure.
When it comes to getting to college with the transfer portal, which again, I'm not against the transfer portal either. I'm just saying that we need to figure out a system that allows these young high school athletes that are busting their butt and doing the right things every day to not have to go to JUCO. They should still have the opportunity to go to a Division I school and not be bumped out just because it's free agency in the transfer portal. So things like this help us get college eyeballs on them, coaches eyeballs on them, opening up interest about them. And so, like and share at the bottom, subscribe right below if you're over on YouTube. I'm sure it's the same on Twitter and everywhere. Well, we took Twitter off. I might add it back in next week. We took it off because y'all be a little crazy over there, or X or whatever. So, but wherever you're listening to us, subscribe, do what you do. But just know that we appreciate y'all always being with us, for sure.
Definitely appreciate that. Hey, we want you guys to tune in next week. We are definitely going to have a good guest on. She is the first swimmer of Complete College Prospects.
Yep.
She is definitely a state qualifying swimmer, a young female by the name of Mia Perez. So watch out for her next week. Tune into our show. Let's see what she's all about, and put out some support for her. All right.
And we also going to try to have our first in-studio guest. I'm going to talk to them about it afterwards and see if it works out with the schedule. But we're going to try to have the editor-in-chief from Tropia Magazine on the show so she can tell everybody about, things that she likes from the people that she showcases in the magazine. But that's if her schedule permits. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, sounds good.
Cool.
Thanks for tuning in to Who's Up Next with hosts JR and Rob. Live episodes every Sunday at 1 p.m. Pacific Time. Follow us everywhere at Complete College Prospects. Don't forget to message us with anything high school sports that you think we should showcase.